Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's GleeCon, and I'm here again with another episode of War of Warcraft. And as always, man, thanks so much for joining me on this adventure as we try and cover every single bit of lore in the game and play through every part of the game, too. We've been living in the world of Scholomance lately. We just completed our Lone Horde run that we're going to do on the last episode, and we've done a couple runs with Gleek and Tessa here, our Alliance Ret Pally, so stay a while and listen as she jumps back in now. There's some things we can kind of turn around now that she's been putting on some work. We've done the first couple lines leading up to what can you do to get Ras Frostwhisper vulnerable as a lich. He's kind of the leader of Scholomance. Well, the first thing that we did before we even realized that he was the leader is we went to... Just checking my goods here, just checking to make sure we have inventory stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that turned off, make sure that we're on damage gear, because I've been healing lately, and I feel doing a pretty decent job, even though I haven't even spec'd. And pretty soon we probably are gonna just respec, but not for a while. Definitely not until I am able to get my elite mount and all that stuff. But anyway, we were told by some ghosts that we found out front that there's a guy named Krasnov the Butcher. Krasnov the Butcher is one of the, oh man, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know, there's at least 10 bosses, maybe 11, no, 11, at least 11 bosses, probably I'm missing one or two in Scholomance. Krasnov the Butcher is just one of them. And when you get to his room, he's in the final chunk. The way the dungeon kind of works, it's you sort of work your way through the library of the school, and there's a couple different rooms and exploratory rooms, there's dragon rooms and stuff like that. Where these little baby experimental dragons are, and you can eventually get your way to after finding like a viewing room key from this Rattlegore type dude, the skeleton. You can get your way through. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on getting past these Stromgarde elites here, and we'll talk about why we're here in a minute too. But you work your way to the back through that, and then eventually you'll unlock this viewing room where there's a bunch of neutral guys that I have to imagine are tied to some quest later on. And at the end of all that, alright, so I was exploring this room. This thing that we're looking for, which we're talking about in a second, could appear in various few places, obviously for us. We did not get lucky and have it appear the very first place we looked. It's okay. Anyhow, then as you make your way through that, you'll end up being in this kind of a sepulchral type of area, and I've referred to it a few times this way. I kind of think of it as Stockades Light, and it is, or Stockades Heavy, like the difference between a Bud Light and a Bud Heavy. Stockades Heavy. And Stockades Heavy here, you can go in and fight 6 bosses. Bam, 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 bam. And when it's all said and done, you fight the kind of boss of the whole dungeon, the headmaster of the whole school. Well, of those 6 bosses, one of them is Krasnov the Butcher. His claim to fame is, I guess, when they started really converting Scholomance over from originally the Barov estate, a kind of aristocratic seat of power in the region of Eastern Plaguelands and that part of Lordaeron. I don't really know what it is that we're looking for, to be honest. It's called Keepsake of Remembrance. Talk about why as we continue this. I'm just trusting Questy. Once one of the Barovs was, and it might be Ras Frostwhisper. Once these guys were convinced by the Cult of the Damned to start pursuing oh gosh, what's his name? There's so many different liches. Not Araj. Not kill Jaden. The other K word. Kel'Thuzad. By Kel'Thuzad's machinations, once he convinced other Lordaeron people of like mind, people that are willing to dabble in dark magic for ultimate power, then the Scholomance became a base, a hotspot, or whatever, of the Cult of the Damned and of the Scourge. And that's kind of where we're at now. And now the Scourge has already succeeded in its mission of completely destroying as much as it's pretty much going to destroy. I mean, I guess they want to keep pushing, which is why they're doing what they're doing, but they've been pretty darn successful out there where they're at. There it is. It's on the ground right there, next to our friend. I think we can get there without aggroing these guys. Orkalar is a dude. Just grabbing this, and then we'll be on our merry way. So once that happened, one of the things that Ras Frostwhisper did was, or whoever, the Barov guy, is, as they started doing experiments and were really trying to figure out how to maximize the scourge spreading, they were just butchering and mutilating tons of people, including pretty much the entire staff that worked in this estate, which was also a college. And some of the last people that managed to hide out and survive were the butler and maid. And they were one of the last to be mutilated and tortured and then rezzed back to life and killed again over and over again and experimented on in the worst way by Krasnov the Butcher. So after you go kill him and you burn their bodies, you kind of create like a little freedom for the spirits. But they can't quite rest yet because it's just so messed up what's happened there. So they say, well, now that you've kind of freed us, we want to help you take down the Lich, the guy that's the leader of this whole operation. And in order to do that, we got a couple things we can do today. We have the PvP. You need to do Stratholme. You have to take care of Barov. Yeah, we kind of have a little bit of a weaker run today. I'm not going to do the Nathanos raid, although I kind of want to. But, I mean, that's just something we could try to pull together depending on time at the end. Yeah, another thing we could do is go for Savage Fronds. I want to add that to the end of our life here. We would need to maybe, I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As we get to the end of today's episode, after we do the PvP for us and the Horde, after we do, anyway, let me not cut myself off. So after you end up killing them, they say, hey, we want to help you out, but we're going to need, like, this device. There is a person, she's one of the Barovs, and she kind of has this bag of goods, and within that bag is this device that we can use to start creating a magic, because Ras, you can't really kill him. He's a Lich, so you have to do more than just kill him to make that work. Okay, we're going to fly over to Chillin Point now.
Where would you like to fly to?
Chillin Camp. So they task you with going and killing them. That's what we did 2 episodes ago. So instead of doing the main dungeon run that people normally do when they do this run, they went downstairs. We fought our way through, after the first kind of main room or two, we fought our way through, and a bunch of zombies and skeletons, and we killed this ghost, got her bag, brought it back, and that gave us, I think it was like a Blood of Innocence was actually what it had. And what we're looking for is something to where we can, I mean, really, it's quite a chain if you look about it. So it might be, if we look at Krasnov the Butcher. Krasnov. Krasnov's Bag of Horrors is the second one. So Dr. Thielen Krasnov is the first person. They basically say, We want to punish this guy, burn our remains, and then when you come back, they're super happy, and they are willing to do more. And they tell you, go get Krastenov's bag of horrors. And they say, Krastenov had a master, this guy named Kurtonis. His name is Kurtonis the Herald. Kurtonis the Herald is basically, I think he's supposed to be a vampire, if we're being honest, which is kind of cool. It's one of the only vampires at this stage in the lore that you get to see. His name is just Kurtonis the Herald. They don't call him that, but he turns from man into gargoyle when you fight him. But Ras Barov is in one of her little bags of goods. She has the blood of innocence. I don't know if she's a witch, if she's a necromancer, if she's a warlock. She's dead now. So when you get that, you can go back and use that in this brazier and use it to summon Kurtonis the Herald. So when you go back to get Kurtonis the Herald, they basically say, summon him, and once you summon him, destroy him, which is cool. And then that, they don't really say much other than that he was the boss. He is a major disciple of Ras Frostwhisper, yada, yada, yada. Alright, so there's a couple things we gotta do here. We're gonna go turn in the human Frostwhisper, Ras Frostwhisper. We're gonna do the Eastern Plagueland Towers today, and we're gonna go get the head of Alexei Barov. So before we go, as we go get the head, let's finish that. So that's where we're at right now. So once we killed Kurtonis, they said that now others are aware that you've been fighting the good fight, and those others are like the other ghosts, and they give you this trinket which now lets you talk to maybe what is originally planned to be others, but it ends up just being one other guy. This other guy being the person that gives you the human Ras Frostwhisper, Magistrate Marduk. So he is, I don't know, a previous headmaster, magistrate. I don't know exactly what he does. He's a person that was living on the grounds of Scholomance. Now he's a tortured ghost. He's been murdered like everybody else, and he wants to be, you know, he wants to end this. They're ghosts and they want revenge. I guess that's typical ghost MO. So once you have the trinket that allows you to see him and talk to him, I guess maybe strengthening your hold on the undead, which would be a very cool thing, or not hold, but like connection to the afterlife. It'd be really cool to explore that. He gives you this quest, and he basically says, the undead fear life just like the living fear death. They don't want to change their states. And in order to destroy the remains of their previous life... it's very annoying to try to do this. That's our goal. Essentially, we're doing like typical D&D 101. If we want to eventually get this Lich, we need to destroy his phylactery. Okay? But we don't know that. We need something that will be used to help Ras Frostwhisper become mortal, and we don't even know what that could be. So they're saying, go back to where he lived. He used to live in Stromgarde when he was younger, and get a keepsake of remembrance. And you get this, and it says all the pages are torn out. So that's it. We're going to bring that back now to Scholomance and say, hey, this is what I got. This is a remembrance here. We are coming here because we need the head of Alexei Barov. Not sure exactly how bad this is going to be. But we need to kill this dude. This is a PvP quest. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to bite myself. And we just want to pull him out of the camp without pulling too many other dudes. Help, assassins have come to kill me. I don't know what he is. Oh, jeez. He's got 36k? Holy cow. Okay, maybe I can, kite him? Oh, no. Holy crap. I didn't realize it was going to go down like that. I thought I'd be able to kill him without a party. I did not realize it was like... Death sentence. So, let's look up the Last Barov and see how that goes. I thought I could just kill him. A full group of 5. So you need a full group of 5. Dang it. I did not realize that. Bummer. Okay. So now I'm going to have to start advertising. What is it called? The Last Barov. Which means this is... We're going to have to do this with... man. Okay. I did not... I should have looked. I don't know why. I should have realized... There we go. We got people joining right in. So here we go. Alright, so let's get going where we're going. Alright, so I've got 3 now. Hopefully it will be a quick little... With a full 5-man group, I don't know. Maybe we can find some kind of tank. Not sure. Alright, so... Yeah, I didn't even... that one caught me so by surprise, I didn't even stun or bubble or anything. Alrighty. Alright, so... That's where we're at with the, with the lore that we're caught up on, so we're gonna try to... we're just gonna try to... Perfect. Alright, so we got a 4th one coming through. Awesome. So that's enough to do the quest. So sorry guys, I know my talking really drops. It's really hard to like talk out of like 2 sides of my brain where I'm like trying to communicate and typing, and that's why I try to like get all groups together before I start my videos. Oh well. Alright, so this slows the questing down some, but it's not the end of the world. We're gonna be flagged for PvP. But yeah, I think we're good. I think now we have enough Alright, so I basically just told them about my follies, then I said I would, I'd be good to go. I think we're good to go with this group. Which I do think that's true. We gotta save these dark runes now that I know they're part of a thing. After this one, we'll run to, I guess we'll just take care of the PvP side of Eastern Plaguelands today after we turn in the Scholomance thing. Well, you know what? I don't know how long the next steps are gonna take. We have a couple. They're coming from kind of far away. What do we have? Yeah, those two are in Iron Forge, and that person's coming. So we have three more coming. Let's look at our quest as we continue to go. I should have stayed on that other one. All right, so we're getting this, and then this is going to give us the dying Ras Frostwhisper. So we're going to travel to Light's Hope Chapel, fine, and just turn it in. That's going to be easy. And he's going to give us a quest called Menethel's Gift. So that's going to be that's another reason why we want this whole thing. Menethel's Gift is a Stratholme quest, so that's going to actually end our chain for now. We're not going to be ready. We need to do that before we do anything else. So if you look at the spreadsheet that I make for this show, where are we at? We did... We actually completed, I think, these, or we're going to on the next episode. Yeah, this is where we're at. So we're kind of going... excuse me. We're kind of going to go back to some of the Eastern Plaguelands. If you look at what we have, what do we have to do here? We have Heroes of Darashur we're still going to need to do, but that's after the Heroes, Marauders, Return to Chromie. That's all going to happen after we do Stratholme. Bone Fragments, how many do we have? We're up to 45. I think that's enough to turn some in. So we can probably turn in this one. Savage Flora and Savage Fronds is one that we're going to need to do at some point. And the Crypt Stalker armor and Crypt Fiend parts, that's one we're just going to have to do. These two I think we might get a chance to do today. And then Order Must Be Restored is the raid to do Nathanos. That's going to be one that we probably just have to get together and do for fun one day. And I might pair that one with the Savage Fronds. Why not? So as I'm getting that raid group together, I can, because Order Must Be Restored, if we look that one up, that's a true tough quest. It's a raid quest. It's our first raid quest we're going to do. If you're reading the comments, it says healers even have to tag Nathanos. He spawns adds as he loses HP. All you have to do is have a group to tank him, a warrior and 2 healers, and have everybody, a warrior or 2 and healers, and have everyone else deal with the adds. Every time I've been there, there just weren't enough healers. There's never enough healers. Because most paladins want to do DPS, not be healers. Guilty. Rush in and kill him too fast. The ads build up. Okay, use the hunter and pets and voidwalkers to tank ads. A hunter can solo an ad by himself. He'll stop shooting long enough to heal his pet every now and then. 14 to 18 of us. So what this person says. Wiped several times. Do not gather at the scene before. The 2 hounds without the boss can be pulled and killed. And the boss will then be alone for a few minutes before they respawn. The boss fears the closest people 2 to 3 times. Skeletons spawn. They're immune to warrior's fear. Hitting Blight Collar will tag you. Yeah, so they're basically saying not only that you're going to have to deal with any horde that swoop by. They said did this one easily with 20. Guild's done it a few times. Skeletons are going to spawn like mad. Cannot AoE the skeletons. The demon dogs are immune to everything. 2 people off-tank the dogs. You have to take care of the skeletons one at a time. So focus down the skeletons. Several tanks on each hound. When he summoned it, it was... This one says all about AoE, but that one says you can't do it. Finding 15 or more people, and they're patient enough. 2 pets on one dog, off tank on the other, tank on the Blight Caller. Interesting. So either way, those are some things to consider. Kind of just shows us where we're at. Alright, so we have 2 almost here. The other one's getting closer. The real trick is going to be doing that. So getting a raid group together one night. That's going to be the real trick to defeating Nathanos. That's just something we're going to have to do on a different day. And yeah, I think that will be... I'll tie that with the Savage Fronds to give us a little something to do so we can recap. Oh, this person has some solid gear. Nice. Look at that necklace they have. They've got some good gear. Way better than myself. And here comes one more. So that'll be cool. And we'll be able to turn the bones. We got some more... not a lot of minions. I don't know what I even mean. Not a lot of minions. I don't know what that. What do I even mean, bro? Oh, there we have a level 8 bat. I mean, this guy's not that tough. It's just that he hits hard. Yeah, what else do we really need to do today? I mean, yeah, we're going to have to go to Lights Hope Chapel, but... So tomorrow, we'll get ourselves an undead run going. I'm sorry, a live. We'll do a live Strathel. Should be fun. And yeah, that's if we succeed on that. I'm not sure how many runs. I'll really have to plan that out. But if we live Stratholme has a pretty decent amount, but I don't think so. This part is actually like a chain, so it's really these that go down with it. Okay. I will go with all right, we're going to be ready to roll. So this is kind of cool. We're going in here and rocking and rolling on some Horde. All right. So here's where we go here. All right, so now we're all PvP. I guess we can just get him right there and we don't have to worry about it. And hopefully we don't have a lot of Horde coming through here. I am a little scared. Seems okay so far. We're halfway through. So far, so good. He's immune to that one. Keep my head on a swivel. Oh, you can't exercise him, I guess he... We got a 52 undead mage coming. That's not perfect. Awesome. All right. All right, so that's good. We got that mission. We can now go turn that one in. And then we're going to turn this in. So we got some good stuff right here. A lot of good missions. Love it. So we'll do the little chain while we're in the town for Eastern Plaguelands. We'll turn in the bones we have, the Scourge stones that we have. We will turn in... I don't really want to get writs right now because they just take up space. But we do have some writs we can turn in at some point down the road. And yeah, we're going to get these couple chains as we go through. So that was pretty good. It's kind of weird, like this isn't quite... Oh yeah, we'll do the PvP. Like I said, we'll do PvP also. That'll help us. So once we get this and turn this in, and then it's like, oh, we need to go over to Eastern Plaguelands. As we make our walk through, we will go ahead and log back between Horde and Alliance, and we'll do both of those quests together. So that should give us some things to do to wrap this. And then, yeah, like I said, tomorrow we'll do our first live, so it'll be learning. I feel like just as I start to learn Scholomance, it's pretty much time to move on to the next dungeon. It's okay. We will have to run it, I'm sure, much more. Alright, so here's our guy.
King's honor, friend.
You do want payment, do you not?
A glorious day it is. Finally, the pockmark of House Barov eliminated, and my fortune secure. Take this and leave my sight, peasant.
House Barov Caller. It's a trinket that calls forth 3 servants that will fight for me, cook for me, and clean for me. That's cool. Alright. So that was the Last Barov. Technically in my Scholomance chain. Bam boom. Yeah, we never got Healthy Dragon Scale also. So when we come back in to do these runs, I'm really going to be hoping that a Healthy Dragon Scale drops for us. That is what it is. Alright, so I did die, so I might as well... I don't know if this guy repairs. I think he does.
Only the finest goods.
If I wanted to sell that, that'd be 80 silver, but I kind of want to play with it. And the group is over. So now we're going to go turn in the human Ras Frostwhisper. A couple people. I think this is like one of the early places to just spam rep for Argent Dawn. What are we at? Oh, that's Stormwind rep. Excuse me. Alrighty, so good progress. That was one. I honestly thought that was going to be way easier than that. I did not realize that it was going to go down like that. Now, when we do that on Alliance, I don't know. Where can we pull this? I guess you could kite him. Most likely we're going to need a squad to do that too. So now that I know, I mean, when we do it on Horde, now that I know, I got to plan that one out. Plan that part of my life. So we'll call this like a Scholomance intermission. So next it'll be over to Stratholme Live Part 1. Hopefully it's just a one-parter. But you never know. Yeah, we don't really have to do a lot of straight-up travel right now, so this is going to be a little different. We're going to be bopping back between our Horde and Alliance accounts. That's going to be our next thing as we go ahead. This is the Blood of Heroes. Those things just spawn. I did mess with one time, and it spawned a whole pack of Elite Horde Ghost guys, and they murdered me. But hey, we've done it, dude. This... Oh, we can't see him without that trinket on. There you go. Now we use that, we can see this guy.
Some were spared the anguish that memories provide.
A keepsake of remembrance is a rare find, Rikitessa.
I had doubted the possibility of such an item existing. This certainly opens up an incredible opportunity, one we must not squander. Prepare yourself, adventurer, for what I am about to ask of you will take you into the depths of hell.
Okay.
Upon tainted soil, the keepsake must be attuned. It is rumored that Stratholme is where Frostwhisper succumbed to the Lich King. Upon those bloodied grounds, he gave his life, freely and with motive, to become one of the Undying. It is those grounds that must be found. There is one, an undead dissenter of the Scourge, freed by the Banshee Queen, but loyal to the cause of the Argent Dawn. Find him, Leonid Bartholomew the Revered. He may know more. Seek out light's hope, adventurer.
Alright, so that's what we're going to do next. So we are now on to the dying Ras Frostwhisper. So we have the human Ras Frostwhisper, which we just finished. We're opening up the dying Ras Frostwhisper. Cool. And there is one more that I have listed after... I have it listed after... oh man, I don't know how we get around here. I guess I'll go around the lake. Kind of annoying. I mean, I guess I could swim, but what's faster, to swim or walk the edges of the lake? Yeah, so really, we will be doing this quest, which will open us up to Menethil's Gift 1 and 2. But that's after Undead strat. So we have a while before we're gonna come back and actually do the final Scholomance missions. And I hope that we can get that healthy dragon scale, because we need that stupid thing too. Darn it, I missed the jump. But as we go to Light's Hope Chapel, we mess around with that. We will, before we do that, stop by each of the bases and retake these things. The name of the Horde and the name of the Alliance. Each of them to get that PvP quest done. I mean, we're not flagged for PvP anymore right now. I think our time limit must have expired. So making good progress, making good progress. Alright, so if I were to guess, so if we get lucky and I only need to do one undead run, I guess let's find out as we... I can't help myself. I'm just addicted to the research. Alright, so Of Love and Family 2. Let's look that up. Of Love and Family. Dang it, I stinking spelled it wrong. Wasted my search time. I need to kind of cut through this field here. This is just a dangerous spot to be like, especially with the way my minimization of programs has been acting. Not a great way to do it. Since I didn't look it up. Of Love and Family. Alright, so we already have one of those. This is travel to Stratholme, find this painting. Okay, fine. That's step 1. We will be able to do that on one of our runs, no problem. Unless, as long as we focus on it. Okay, then that will open up Find Miranda, Scarlet Subterfuge, and then what? In Dreams? Which is the final thing. So that's all cool. That's going to open up one quest, which opens up like an interstitial quest. So that's boom. The Archivist we already have, I believe. No, we don't. We can pick that one up right now. I'm pretty sure that's just like a, hey, go kill this guy. So not a worry. It unlocks a quest called The Truth Comes Crashing Down. Okay, so that one, what does that require us to do? So this is... You get the head of Belnazar, which is the end of... this undead side, and then that brings you to a quest that gives you Above and Beyond, which we don't have. So that's considered undead side, so we don't have to worry about that. The Great Ezra Grimm. Okay, load. Here we are on this map as we work our way along the tail. That looks like you just find this guy's shop and get his tobacco. Looks okay. Looks like we could get this on the first run. Truth comes crashing down is what you get from his head. We need the Medallion of Faith. That I'm not sure about. Okay, Medallion of Faith. Starts with Aureus. Says, once you've retrieved, bring it back to Aureus. It says it starts with Aureus. So he's some guy, I guess? Just at the entrance to Undead Stratholme. Cathedral. Start the quest that uses the Medallion of Faith. Here's our first thing. So, Horde has this right now. I mean, Alliance has this, so we have to go here for Horde and grab it. So, I mean, as long as we, like, plan this out, we should be okay. Alright, we gotta log out and switch to our Horde. Chapel just at the entrance. Once you start this, Aureus is present. Kill the Baron. Alright, so basically you will pick this quest up, but you won't turn it in until you do the undead side. So that's not real. Then the Restless Souls is the only other one. We'll look that one up in a minute. So, oh, come on. We're switching over to our Horde character, and she's going to come bounce back and forth with us. So the Restless Souls, part 1. Find oh, we already did part 1. This is where we use the blasters. Cool. Oh, this is the... That one's available for us. We're actually not going to go turn that in right now. We're going for PvP. So we got to walk over there. I wasn't really ready. We're out here to turn some quests in, but that's a whole nother episode. We got to go kill... I mean, we will. We'll do some of that stuff. Now that I know I'm going to need to do an episode where I go get the Last Barov on Horde. I mean, but we're going to have like a Stratholme level for Horde. We'll also have like a, I don't know, prep thing. Not sure. I don't know when we're gonna squeeze that one in, but we will have to tag that in before we fully finish messing around in the zone. Maybe like a level where we go do turning in Rammstein after we do that. Like we can do this whole wrap up where we also go get a group together to do the Last Barov. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time going back the other way. Maybe that's because normally I come over here, but it's not a problem. But I think it's because I'm coming to Scholomance. A lot of Alliance. A lot of Alliance on this server. Barrow Family Fortune turned in over there. Not really worried about it. We're trying to just make our way over to this tower. Of course. Why would that not happen? Ooh, we're pretty full on goods. One spot. We don't really need any inventory spots, but we are full up. Alright, so it seems like if we have our head put together and we are conscious about doing this instance, we can turn in... We can get everything done for Stratholme in one run. Okay, then we will have a run where we finish. So that would be tomorrow. then I'd have a run on Sunday where we finish off the... Actually, you know what? We could do that. I could try to get a raid together on Sunday, and for Nathanos, and then finish off the... Dang it. Bad luck. She's getting bad luck about. She's having bad luck about, getting slowed and knocked off her mount, yada yada yada. Anyhow, so maybe I could do the raid then, and then tie the raid into wrapping that part up. I'm having a hard time grabbing a raid group. So we get 15 together. Because you think getting 5 together is tough. Getting 15 is gonna be tough too. The heck? Guy hit me with a curse from way back over there. Thanks. Alright, so let's say we do that. Let's say tomorrow we do Undead. I mean, we do live Stratholme. Then Sunday, all things considered. I didn't get to make a video yesterday, guys, because life... I was just wiped. I don't know how I thought when I was originally saying I was going to do an episode. I had such a long... I had like about a 13-hour workday. 13, 14, something like that. About 14. And also needed to come back and get to work crazy early today. So the idea I was going to come home and do like this episode and put in an hour and a half into the show or whatever. That's just, that's unrealistic. I don't know why I ever thought that was going to happen. So by the time I finally got home from work, I was like, just needed to kick back up and veg out for a couple hours before bed. And Monday, yeah, no, I mean, everything else will be okay. Yeah, so I should have no problems making an episode tomorrow. Sunday's a maybe because it's coming up on my wife's birthday and we may or may not decide to go do something on the weekend, and it's gonna be, she's gonna have dibs since it's her birthday coming up. This is kind of the weekend we'll do a little something because her birthday's on Monday. But if I end up making a video, then I guess that'd be my middle one. Either I'll get a Nathanos raid and tie it into that, or I'll just do the other PvP enable. Alright, so now that I've enabled PvP, now I'm pushing it over to Horde. You can kind of see this little thing right here. Push it over from Horde to neutral, and then we need to capture it back to Horde. Wow, this takes a long time. You really gotta chill and like let the enemy have the opportunity to come get you. Why is it so slow? Ugh. I mean, hopefully nobody wants to come kill me. Come on. Because it'll turn neutral, which that'll turn heads. There we go. So now it's neutral. And then hopefully just don't have any major issues getting this. Now, it's already set up to where that would be good for my alliance character to recapture. So, jeez, I didn't realize it was like this agonizingly slow. Okay, so then, yeah, we should have an interstitial one Monday, I think, because should be a normal. Monday should be normal record for me. So if that's the case, we should be moving on to an undead run, or actually, we could do a horde. We could do a horde live run just for fun. That'll, or if we get screwed, that might be a makeup episode for Stratholme live. If I have to end up doing a second run, if I could kind of get jacked on that first one, we'll see. Now, as far as the quests go for the undead, not sure. So, Stratholme quest guide. If you look at this, it is okay. So for the live side, there's Restless Souls. Find Egan. We already did that one. Yeah. Let's look at the live side. I don't know why they start with undead side first. Like, that's the first one. Okay, the Restless Souls. He's located southwest of Stratholme. That's going to give us a trinket that does like a cone of fire damage. You can find it at the green number 6. Cool. The Archivist begins. It requires you to kill Archivist Galford. Be careful if you're on the quest of love and family. It'll burn the painting too. So we need to just make sure we do that correctly. All right, I think I did remember reading something about that. All right, I think we're about to trigger this quest. And then we're going to log and come back over here and do this on Alliance. So this will be the first tower. This is Crown Guard Tower. Woof. Sorry, not Strat today. I will run that one. So yeah, so if we do Strat Live, then hopefully we do everything well. We can have a middle mission. And then maybe with a raid. Good. Why did I not get credit for that? There we go. Okay. So now I got credit for that. We can walk out of here. Alright, so now I can swap back over. I think it's still counting me. Maybe I'm close enough that it counts. Now we have 1% bonus. Alright, so this is slow for sure. This is going to take the rest of our time. Alright, here we go. Now we're moving back in this direction as we try to take this for ourselves. Alright, so if we look at the... It says on the map below. I don't know what map they're talking about. Maybe they meant the map above. Looking, scanning, beep, 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 beep. So that's a lie. That is a lie. All right. Nope, that's undead side. Come on. It says on the layout map. I don't see. I don't really see a map. Classic Strat Living map. Maybe I can get an image. It's just dungeon guide. Okay, so if you look at this, the green 6, that's the post box. There's the entrance. So we need, yeah, the ghosts, I guess, are probably just everywhere. Then we need Grimm's Premium Tobacco. Where do you see that? I don't even see that. Is that even the undead side? So that's the live side, I guess. And this is the undead side. Doesn't even tell you where it's at. Ezra Grimm. I guess Ezra Grimm is maybe... I don't even see him there. Okay. Alright, well, that's lame. Maybe you can get a better map here. Okay, so... Oh, there you go. This little 6. So straight up ahead once you enter. Where it says 4 and 5, that's the Orphanage, Stone Crow Tavern. This is Skrull, who is a rare. And a post box. I see. So the map is... This is a little bit more of a full map. What? I think there's like a... I don't know, some kind of add-on that shows all this. But basically, straight ahead when you go in. So that's pretty easy. That should be easy for us to get right off the bat. We should be able to pick that quest up. So, of Love and Family. Of Love and Family. The room that Archivist Guilford. This is the same one for the Archivist. So that's 6 white. So that's not till you go all the way over into this room, and then we have to kill that dude. And we have to... Okay, we're going to go up to this next tower over here next. We have to kill that dude and get the painting. So that's a 2 for quest. Takes us near the end. Cool. We have to kill the ghost as we're walking around there, blasting around. Fine. We have to... There we go. Perfect. So now we're going to send her out. That's cool. Now there's like a rezzing spot there. Nice. Alright, we're going to go over to the next tower. And then send our Horde character over to this tower. As we continue to do our research. So far, so good. I don't see anything precluding. And that's 4 quests. That's the Archivist. That's of Love and Honor. That is the Great Ezra Grimm. And it's the Firestarter thing, right? So that's a chain. Archivist, Ezra Grimm. Alright, so the Medallion of Faith, we gotta look at that one next time. I mean, right now. The Medallion of Faith, you find him at the beginning. So this is Aureus. Corin's Crossing, we kind of want to go around it. Not to fight mobs, if at all possible. I just aggroed some mob. Not too shabby. Alright, so where's Aureus? Okay, don't see it. Is this specifically... Okay, it says it's found right there. 4 is Elder Square. Oh, 8 is Aureus. He's part of that main thing. Oh, come on. Alright, so here's our second tower. We have completed the PvP for the Crown Guard Tower. Now we're going to Eastwall Tower. Gotta do the same sort of progression. Whoopity-doo-dah. Yeah, this is it. Once we finish this, we're gonna go ahead and fly back over here because we have the Ghost Towers. And then just go turn in and pick up the next... I don't even know, what are they calling this? The Dying Ras Frostwhisper in the next phase? Okay. Alright. Now, Homegirl's gotta walk over for tower number 2. Honestly, the most annoying part of this is the part where we have to sit. Alright, but so far, we're looking at, hey, so far we're looking at a situation where I don't really see anything that can stop us. Now, Aureus, it does say... What are you even supposed to do with that? Let's find out, because I might need to move that over to not even being... That might need to be a undead side, because he's technically picked up on the undead side. But do you need his quest? Do you need to do anything with his quest on the live side? So, if you're looking at this quest, it says living side. You will find... requires you to bring the Medallion of Faith. So if we look at this quest, Medallion of Faith, it starts and ends at Aureus. Yeah, so we need to go... We do need to pick that quest up. So I think that's the problem, is that we need to go... That could hurt us and require us to do a second run. That it's found inside the living side behind the boss. So we're going to need to coordinate, like, hey, so how can we look at this map here? We're going to need to start at the servants. We're basically going to need to take a side run over. We need to go in the servants entrance real quick and pick the quest up from Aureus. I don't want that guy fighting me. PvP. So that's a toughy little thing. Like, we need to go in the servants entrance to pick up Aureus first. So so I can get that quest. If I was a stealth character, that'd be great. Alright, here we go. Here's our second. We're going to capture and take this over. Tower number 2. Yeah, so that's a tricky one because while he is right there, and I don't know what packs are right there, we have to go in there and pick that up. In the Burning Chapel. Unless I bought like an invisibility potion. That's something I could, but I don't have the freaking key. So that's a tricky one that might require 2 quests. That's just a shame. It is what it is. Other than that, what else do we have? The Great Ezra Grimm. Which one does that do? The Great Ezra Grimm. That's the tobacco. That one's the easy one. Okay. Love and Family. Boom, boom. Archivist. The Truth Comes Crashing Down. What's that one about? There's only 2 other ones to look at. Okay, The Truth Comes Crashing Down is the Balnazar. So Balnazar is found at 5, I think, right? No, number 7. Yeah, he's the boss of the live side. Cool. No worries. Easy peasy. So you beat him, and upon beating him, he gives you that quest. The head starts the quest. Cool. Easy peasy. And then the Restless Souls is the only one we have to look at. Sends you to Egan. That's the one where you got to kill the blasters. Okay, so the only one that could give us an issue here is the fact that we have to... For the Medallion of Faith quest. Now, if we look at this Medallion of Faith... Let's take that off right now. You open that quest up, it unlocks. He will then give you Aureus's Reckoning. I don't know what you're supposed to do. After turning in, he'll aid you in a fight against the Baron. And then upon defeating him, you get the choice. What you must assemble a strat group. Only one person needs it. Once started, you have to clear strat, kill the Baron. Partway through the fight, he shows up. Once the Baron's down, he collapses, and then you can complete this quest. So it's just like, hey, now you can do this. It'll just be a little bonus for beating the last boss. So that's cool. So all I really have to do is, before the dungeon fights, ask the group to, hey, if anybody has the key to the servants' entrance, can we go in and get that quest before we start the live run? And I'll just advertise the dungeon that way, so that'll be tomorrow. If we can do that, that will allow us to bust this whole dungeon out in one run, which will then allow us to have a kind of an intermission episode on Sunday, or I could even just do another live side run, depending on my time, with her, just to get a live side run done. Then, there we go. Okay, it's about to turn. We're about to get credit here. Then we'll get out of there and switch over and take this one over with Alliance. It's just pain in the butt. Tedious pain in the butt. Come on, come on. I don't know why, too. It takes a minute to get credit. To really get credit. I don't know why it takes so long. Come on. I took it. Give me that credit. Why? Why is it making me spend so much time here? I don't understand. Like, why? Why do I not get credit? Bolstering our defenses. Let's look up that quest. Yeah, how come I'm not getting credit? I don't understand. Can you only get like 1 credit per day, or? Yeah, why does this not matter? Oh. Huh. Alright, so weird. So maybe if I turn off PvP, I'm gonna try, because now they're saying you might have to do this over multiple like sessions. So let's see what happens if I switch. Let's see if my alliance character can get credit. I don't know. Or if it's just straight up bugged. If that's the case, whatever. We'll just pick this up as we go. I wonder, or if she doesn't get credit, I wonder if there is like a cooldown, an unspoken cooldown that you can only help like with 1 tower per day or something stupid like that. We're gonna find out, I guess. And I sat there for so long, making it even more. So we'll see about turning it back. If you're, I don't care about the stealth. There seems to be a cooldown around 2 hours. There is most definitely. Now I get credit. Oh. You don't even have to go inside the tower. Huh. Alright, so who knows when it is. I'll try this one time, and if this doesn't work, we're gonna unflag PvP and head over here and turn that in. And that might just have to be something we do like once per session. We'll get it done one way or another. You know, we're nothing if not patient. It can be something that I do like before each session too. Alright, so I have probably my next 2 days of Stratholme live planned. Cool. Horde, I don't have to stress anything. We'll just get whatever and go move in there. We have then probably, assuming this is how we run it, then Monday I will do my first intermission where I basically wrap up most of Western Plaguelands. Because we still haven't wrapped that. We come back over here, or Eastern, I mean, to get some of these Darrowshire quests. That's really going to be another. Well, yeah, right now we can turn in some of those bone fragments, all that stuff. Um, the Savage Flora, Savage Fronds, that's those are both later down the road that I can even throw those over on those are very, I don't super duper care. We're gonna end up having to do the Battles of Derosher. We're gonna have to do this raid, so we do have a few. We actually did this whole chain right here. Did I mark it off when we did it? Yeah, we did. I just forgot to check it on that spreadsheet. Yeah, so we just have a few. And we're going to actually get to turn in at least one more right now. The bone fragments. So just have a couple repeatables to do. I don't know how many crypt... I only have 7 crypt stock. Yeah, we need 30 crypt fiend parts. That's not happening. Yeah, all those epic armaments. Those are dumb. Like, we don't want to do it when we're friend. Like, we want to raise our rep up to get a lower cost. This Ice Guard, Shadow Guard, don't really know what that is. Red Citadel, next Ramus. You can see that. That's the Fall of Kel'Thuzad. That's a Naxxramas dungeon quest. There's just a bunch of these under the shadow and Shadows of Doom. We can't actually do those. We can. One of the ones I wanted to look at was the Writ of Safe Passage. If you look at that quest called Writ of Safe Passage, this is another weird one where just who the heck knows where this guy's going to be out. But basically, you can catch him somewhere around here, I guess. And he will... This guy, when he goes on patrol, every once in a while he goes on patrol, and he says, without the help of adventurers, my caravan would have never made it. Scourge, we're coming out of the woodwork to try and stop us from getting here. Guard Didier wipes his brow. Now we need to wait here for Field Marshal Chambers to arrive. He'll sign your writ of safe passage to take back to the Dispatch Commander Metz at Lights Hope Chapel. And watch what you say around Chambers. He's the bite off your head and spit down your windpipe type of guy, except he'll actually do it. And it's just another way of getting one of those 2 insignia. So if you just happen to get lucky and find him, that's part of the lore. Twice a day, I guess he goes caravan westward. Any of the mules die, it's over. Just burn down the mobs. Can't pull aggro, I guess they say. Just can't let the mobs die either. Yeah, this ended up taking so long. So we're not even going to finish it this time. Hopefully my board character will get a chance to do it. We'll just pop a tower a day, I guess. Ridiculous and dumb. That there is some kind of cooldown on this. So you can't just go do what I'm doing, which is go from tower to tower nerfing this. I guess maybe they thought that would be too easy of a way to get honor. I don't know. I don't even get honor. So. I don't care. I do like that we can be on our mount inside this building. That's nifty. Yeah, I said nifty. Okay, so then, yeah, so we do our intermission level. We do live on both. Then that'll take us to Tuesday where we'll run a PvP. Then we'll start Undead, which I didn't do the math. Maybe we'll get lucky and we can do Undead just once. So if all things go well, I don't know. I have some late nights Wednesday, Thursday. So let's assume I can't do those there. Let me just throw those away. So then Undead we can do like Friday, Saturday, and then another intermission episode. So that'll get us through the week. Then we go through the following week, week 3 of December. We should have another intermission to kick us off. we should be able. We will end up doing one more Scholomance run. That's going to be right about it as far as everything goes. Yeah, so we've taken the tower over. Doesn't seem like we're getting credit. I'll give it a mo. But yes, there. That goes to show you that that cooldown thing is probably real. Bummer. Says it's taken by the Alliance. It took a few beats before. Now it's not even doing it, so... Alright, so we're going to go out to Lights Hope Chapel. No worries. Turn off PvP. And we'll mess with that later. So with each... I might not do those on camera. Some of those I might be doing as I wait for... like dungeons and stuff to form. I'm so happy. I mean, we're just making good progress, honestly. So, like I said, we got about a week. We're over the next week. That'll take us mostly through Stratholme, both sides, and that's with maybe a couple busy days. Then we hit up the following week. We should be able to wrap up everything in the area, including the raid stuff. And at the end of it, we will, Alright, this is the bone fragments.
The title is misleading. I'm really a very nice person once you get to know me.
Man in my line of work can never have too many bone fragments, Gleek soul. Whenever you have a surplus of fragments, bring them to me and I'll reward you with another insignia.
My dream of becoming a full-time dancer at the Gadget Sun Disco is soon to become a reality. Keep up the good work, adventurer.
Alright, so now we have 2 of those. That's good. What was she supposed to give us? Oh, we don't have... We don't...
It is said that Kel'Thuzad seeks the legendary Atiyesh.
Ah, yeah.
Great statue.
That's why we didn't do that one.
Yes,
so that one is available,
held by Medivh.
but we need stuff. All right, let's turn into Dying Frostwhisper.
What you ask of death?
Houses of the Holy.
I look at my undeath as a malady person, an illness that merely requires...
I think that's the undead side.
What is it?
The dying. Do not ask questions of which you do not want answers.
Your quandary stirs up memories that I had hoped would never resurface.
Leonid looks over the keepsake.
I watched as the human, Ras Frostwhisper, pledged his undying soul to the Lich King. He drew the dagger to his own throat and with a smile, cut from ear to ear. His body collapsed inside the borders of the pentagram. The Lich King stood over the fallen mage, and with a single motion, Ras Frostwhisper the Lich was born. Yes, person, I remember. What you seek has a name. Menethil's gift, the ground blessed by the Lich King, holy ground to scourge.
Leonid gazes at the ground and looks up at you.
Trust no one.
Okay, so we need to...
The living.
We need to go there and, I don't know, get that? That's weird. Alright, so a couple things for the spreadsheet. We've got these bone fragments. We actually did complete this quest. Cool. Picked it up and completed it. Okay, boom, boom. And then we just did the Dying Frostwhisper. Okay. And that's going to move us over here where we just picked up Menethil's gift. So this is actually an undead side of Stratholme picked up. Cool. So we have our first undead, and that will just sit on that for a little while. Yeah, I think that's good. What else are we missing here? Menethil's gift we turn in there. So if we look at the quest to actually pick up for this, we have Of Love and Family. That opens this. Oh, let's pick up the Archivist. That's another one we need right now. Might as well get ourselves prepped to do this. It's a cool thing. This guy. Oh, let's turn in our Scourge stones too.
Anything taken to an extreme is hazardous to our world, adventurer. Take, for example, the Scarlet Crusade. Do you believe that their blind zealotry serves a greater good? How many innocents have they destroyed in the name of the light? Blasphemers, one and all. One in particular interests me, though, the archivist Galford of Stratholme. A man that watches over the Crusade's most valued documents. Destroy him and burn down his archives. Should you succeed, return to me and be rewarded.
Okay, and then also, we don't have minions, but I think we have some invaders.
Congratulations, adventurer. I am pleased to award you with an Argent Dawn Valor token. Each Valor token handed out to worthy recipients is a sign of the tide.
We were able to do 4 of those. That's good.
With more heroes fighting the Scourge in their own lands,
and Corruptor.
Dawn will assuredly be at the forefront when the time comes to wage war on the ultimate evil of the Scourge.
Okay, so we were.
The valor you've shown, what
good.
It took to acquiring your
we were able to do 5 of those.
Well.
So we were.
Congratulations, adventurer. I am pleased to.
All right, that's good. So we just turned in. We just picked up the Archivist also. So, if we are looking at these things, we have of Love and Family, the Archivist, Medallion of Faith is picked up in there. Do we have the Great Ezra Grimm? Where is that picked up at? That's here too, Smokey LaRue. So that's another one we got to pick up. Maybe that's this guy. Yeah, so that's another one we got to get.
I'm what you call a capitalist person. Terrible thing! What happened to Fraz? You see, the town was sacked, and Fraz didn't want to leave his precious goods behind. The last thing I remember him saying was, "I'll burn every last leaf before they get their damn dirty hands on them." I may love a good stogie, but I'm no fool. I left Fraz and his delightful store that day. I assume he went down in flames, but if there's a chance that even one box of his famous tobacco is still intact, what do you say, adventurer? Find a box for old Smokey?
The weird thing is he keeps calling Ezra Fraz. That's weird. Okay, Truth Comes Crashing Down comes out after, and I think we have Restless Souls. So we have Love and Family, Archivist, Ezra Grimm, Ezra Souls, Menethel's Gift doesn't count. So of Love and Family, Archivist, Medallion of Faith we pick up in there, Truth Comes Crashing Down we come in there, Ezra Grimm and Restless Souls. So that's good too. Perfect. So I think we will need at least 4 more. I should have those going. Cool, so we're ready to go. Oh yeah, we're going to need more than that. I should get another couple for sure. So that one's ready to go for tomorrow. Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for this adventure, and we're going to have some more fun coming up on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft. This old little episode is in the pipe, 5x5.